That's the official knock. Good evening. Today is Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025, and I'd like to call to order the regular City Commission meeting of the City of Oregon City. And now it's Jacob's turn.
Commissioner Scott Wilson. Here. Commissioner Mike Mitchell. Here. Commissioner Rocky Smith. Here. Commissioner Adam Morrow. Here. And Mayor Denise McGriff.
I am present. Thank you so much. Next on our agenda is that if you are able to stand, please join us in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Forgot my lines for a minute.
You forgot?
Yeah, I forgot. Long day, Denise.
Excuse me for just a... All right. We do not have any ceremonies or proclamations on our agenda tonight, but I suspect we will next time. And we have a number of people who would like to make some public comment. So I will repeat for anybody that's new, thank you. These are for items that are not currently on the City Commission agenda. If it is something that you want to talk to us about and it's on the regular City Commission agenda, you will need to wait till that particular time. We will ask everyone to keep their comments to 3 minutes, please. And I do not like the buzzer to go off, so please don't get to the 3-minute mark because the buzzer is there to be annoying. That's what it's about. If you have submitted any documents to us already that came in the last 2 to 3 days, we would appreciate it if you would just keep that short because I have in my hand here all of those things that we did receive ahead of time, and I do appreciate all of the comments. I even actually almost was able to read the one in Spanish almost all the way. My high school Spanish teacher would be very happy that I actually could understand and read most of it, which is what we used to learn. So I will be happy to call your name, and when you come up, just give us your name and your city of residence. And remember that not everybody who has a 97045 actually lives in Oregon City. They may be in Clackamas County. So I'd like to call up Seth Henderson. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. My name is Seth Henderson. My information is on the card. I'm here this evening as an executive board member of DOCA. I just wanted to reinforce the letter that we had sent in based on what we are calling the massacre on Main. And hopefully you are addressing the 4 items that we've proposed.
I have not seen that.
You have not seen the letter.
Did you send that today?
I did not. Juliana sent that, and I believe it was Monday.
Well, my
the,
bad. So it may have come. Sometimes things go in weird places in my laptop.
Have the other commissioners seen it? Okay. So I just wanted to reinforce that we greatly appreciate you considering whether it makes sense to have the city arborist that is on contract assess the trees, whether they're going to survive, what is the appropriate replacement if they are not, both in size and species, what the code currently is, what the penalties currently are, and whether it makes sense to reinforce those in some way going forward, because I would hate to see a developer somewhere on Main Street decide that taking out trees for $1,250 each is cheaper than working around them and properly protecting them. Hypothetically speaking, of course. Thank you for your time.
Did you mean a property owner? You said developer. Did you mean property owners?
Once we purchase it.
Well, I'm not talking about you. I was just, you were talking generically.
Owner, tenant, anybody
Okay.
touching those trees that are a city asset. Yeah.
Thank you. Amy, I believe you did submit something. Oh, thank you.
Hello, my name is Amy Mitchell. I'm from Oregon City. I'm reading a letter from a person who is living in the county who has been targeted by ICE and does not feel comfortable showing up here in public today, but would like these comments read. I have lived in the state of Oregon since 2015 until 2023. I lived in Milwaukee peacefully without any problems or crime, working very hard with my husband to save money to start a business, a food truck. In 2023, we achieved our goal and were fortunate enough to arrive in the Oregon City community, which welcomed us warmly. We liked the area so much that we decided to move here that same year. During all this time, we worked hard but peacefully, accepted by the community, and made progress with our food truck. Our family is small, only 3 members, my husband, myself, and my almost 14-year-old son. Even so, the 3 of us worked together for almost 2 years to grow our small business. I ran the business with my son's help during business hours, and my husband continued working another job. In October 2025, the nightmare began, the arrests started, kidnappers began circling the area where we operated our food truck and also the area where we lived. We tried our best to keep the business open, but the truth is, terror gripped us. We were not only at risk of being arrested, but also of becoming victims of a crime, and we had no one to help us. We felt alone, abandoned, and unprotected. Going out on the street filled us with panic because it wasn't just about opening our business. It was also about buying merchandise every so often, and we were terrified. I repeat, my family is small, just 3 members, and we are not criminals or delinquents. We are people looking for an opportunity, who contribute, who don't want anything for free, who just want to work in peace so that we can fulfill our dreams. We are not what the government portrays us to be. We tried to keep the business going as long as we could, but not living in constant fear for 15 to 16 hours a day became unsustainable. We thought if we continued like this and the worst happened to my husband or me, it would be like removing a pillar from a pyramid. Absolutely everything would collapse. For this reason, we had to make the painful decision to close, to give up our dreams in order to survive, to stay as safe as possible. We know that ICE theoretically doesn't enter commercial areas, but we know they observe, follow, and wait outside to kidnap us and make us disappear. In 20 days, my world collapsed. We had to take our food truck out of its parking spot because we can't afford the rent. I know, I gotta hurry up. Our son had to change schools to one in the area. He has been affected. He's become depressed. He had to leave behind friends and teachers he loves. He does not understand why ICE doesn't want us here. We are confined to our homes, only going out for essential needs. We just want to work in peace, not take advantage of the system. We are not bad people. This is our story. Thank you.
Amy, we did receive that letter. Yeah, I have it right here in my hand. Betty?
Betty Mum, Oregon City. Today I was at Oregon City Chamber and it was at the VFW Hall. And this is just a service announcement. It has nothing really to do with me. But if you were a member, this is for the viewing audience also. If you were a member of Troop 220 in your youth time, they are closing that troop down because there's lack of participation. But there are ornaments available that you can pick up that are specific for that troop. And you can pick them up at the VFW Hall with Larry Mosley. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll make sure that gets out. Okay, I know I have some other ones here. Is it, sorry, I can't read your handwriting, I apologize. Is it Richard Pillar?
Okay.
Sorry.
again, I'm looking at my own handwriting, it's not that great yet. Hi, my name is Rick Pillar, and I was born in Portland, and I've lived in the Oregon City area for most of my life. I went to Holcomb, I went to Ogden, I went to LaSalle, and I went to Clackamas Community College. I'm currently a special inspector, construction inspector. And I'm here to ask the council, Oregon City Council, to adopt a resolution to condemn the unconstitutional actions of ICE and the other federal alphabet agencies that are illegally detaining and holding our neighbors without proper judicial actions. I've said many times in the past that if real action was to be taken on immigration, that the CEOs of Foster Farms and other corporations that exploit undocumented workers would be arrested. That, of course, is not happening. The folks I've met on the job sites and in other parts of my life are just normal folks like you and I who are trying to survive in uncertain economic times, and they're following the economics that are available to them. Actually, that's about it. Boy, I was a lot faster than I thought I'd be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jen? Got your letter too.
Good evening. And yes, thank you for receiving my letter, and I, again, promise to say something unique. My name is Jen Mess, and I'm a resident of Oregon City, and I spoke to you all in November on the topic of ICE detentions, and I'd love to circle back to what I shared before. Because since I last spoke with you, the Portland Immigrant Rights Coalition, or PIRC, released their hotline report for November. That report showed that at least 373 people were detained by ICE across Oregon in the month of November alone. 20 of those detentions happened right here in Clackamas County in a single month. These numbers come from community reports, and PIRC is very clear that they represent an undercount. Not every detention is witnessed, and not every family reports what happens to them, especially in moments of profound trauma and fear. With numbers like these, it's understandable that many families in Oregon City right now are afraid to leave their homes, are afraid to take their children to school or go to work or move through public spaces. For some of our neighbors, fear is shaping daily life. At the same time, several local governments across our larger metro area have already taken formal steps to respond. Hillsborough, Forest Grove, Cornelius, Woodburn, and Salem have all declared states of emergency in response to these enforcement actions. Washington County has also done so. In many cases, these governments have paired their declarations with authorizations for direct financial support for impacted families and local businesses. I want to emphasize that I understand Oregon City alone cannot stop federal immigration enforcement in the way it's being done currently, or claw back a single deported individual. That's just the heartbreaking reality of our situation. No single city could. What you may be able to do is use your platform and your power to communicate clarity, presence, and solidarity with the many immigrant families who are terrified right now. A visible formal action such as a resolution declaring a state of emergency or reaffirming Oregon's sanctuary laws would tell immigrant families that their city sees what is happening, cares about their safety, and is committed to due process and dignity. I understand you heard many similar requests for such a resolution last month. So if you don't feel ready to take up a resolution immediately, I would respectfully ask that you consider naming a clear timeline or process for further discussion so that the community can understand what steps might come next. I really appreciate your continued leadership and your willingness to listen to the numerous comments you've received over the last couple of months. I know it may feel redundant and repetitive, especially as you're receiving a plethora of written public comment from many of us, but I really appreciate your presence and care about this really important issue. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. I guess I'm going to ask the $64,000 question. So our next person has 20 slides, and I don't think it's going to get done in 3 minutes.
I'm pretty quick.
And I'm wondering if you want to talk to staff about coming back at a different time to go through it in a more systematic manner.
I can do very fast cruise through if that's not a problem.
Okay, all right, we'll give it a whirl.
Possible to bring up the presentation.
I just don't want you to feel shortchanged. No, it's not okay.
Opportunity.
While you're getting set up anyway, so Jen and Amy and everybody, thank you. Yes, I will say for myself, I read every single communication that comes through. We did announce last week, the last commission meeting about what Oregon City is doing, and that is on broadcast. Our chief made some statements. So, but we will take what you said under consideration. Go ahead, Rick. So just introduce yourself and city of residence.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. Rick Reynolds, currently renting in West Lynn while we prepare to build here in Oregon City. And it's at a Canyon's Edge Farm and Forest project, right at the edge of the urban growth boundary. I also want to thank the Indigenous people, the Clackamas peoples, past and present, who have helped inspire this project. You can see here on the map, we're right at the edge of Newell Creek Canyon, which is a very special biodiverse area right here in the city. And this is a little zoomed in shot of the property. There's a creek that runs through the property that goes right into Newell Creek with salmon, trout, lamprey, a lot of other important species there. And despite all the challenges, there are many opportunities for this site. It's very close to the city. There's a road that goes through the property and lots of other potential. We had planned to build a small cluster of model net zero or better dwellings there as a model site. Unfortunately, we discovered a lot of trash. There's a brownfield there, we now know, and it goes at least 12 feet deep in many spots. Oil contamination, all kinds of challenges. But we're working with partners to try to clean it up. You can see this is 3 partitions that we're trying to make right now. We're donating about 6 acres of the property, the large parcel 3 there. Parcel 1, we're hoping to build a small model home someday and maybe do a few other little cottages. The timeline right now has us going to the summer of 2027 to try to do the cleanup, working with partners. There is still the EPA right now, and they still have grant cleanup funding. In the meantime, we're working on this Stream Center, which is an environmental education site. It already has many native plants there. We're planting many more, working with partners. The wildlife is incredibly diverse there. We even have a pair of great horned owls. Anyone who wants to visit, I'll give you a tour. My wife and I fell instantly in love with it, and we hope you will too. We've started a youth team called the Stream-In Team. Our home base is the Environmental Learning Center at Clackamas Community College, and these teenagers are out restoring the land there at the ELC and other sites around Oregon City. And we're also looking at long-term producing solar electricity with an agri-solar demonstration site where we're growing food underneath the panels at the same time, and doing micro-remediation with fungi, all kinds of fun stuff over there. And long-term, we hope to grow a network around Oregon City and beyond. You can see some of our goals there and some of the amazing people involved in it. Lana Quackenbush, our board chair, and husband Matthias, Professor Greg Smith, well known for place-based education, Joel Salter, retired scientist from the EPA, who's an advisor, and he's really great at driving tractors and stuff. So thank you everybody for your time, and we hope that you'll be part of this journey with us. It's quite a challenge, and it's also a lot of fun. Any questions or thoughts?
Thank you so much, Rick. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And if anybody wants more information about the Stream-In Team, I have flyers. Anybody want a flyer?
I
Okay.
think you may have some lessons to teach our staff about presentations.
No, I think that was way too fast. I would have liked it to be much longer so we could actually have a dialogue about it, but not under public comments, unfortunately. All right, I'd like to move to taking a look at the adoption of the agenda and the consent agenda. And I would like to just for a moment take off Resolution 25-37 because I got a question.
I'd like to add an item to general business to discuss whether or not we want to ask staff to come back with a resolution related to all the public comments we've received about ICE activities. So I'd like to add that to the general business.
Okay, good. Well, I have a little announcement about that particular thing as well that I was going to do under communications, but it might as well come under there. So before we have a motion, I'm going to go ahead and ask the question. Who is in charge of 2537? Would that be Public Works? Item 7A. Come on down.
Should we move it to general business?
Yeah.
It's just a quick question.
It's up to you, Commission.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda minus item 7A.
Second.
Does that have roll call?
Commissioner Scott Wilson.
Aye.
Commissioner Mike Mitchell.
Aye.
Commissioner Rocky Smith.
Aye.
Commissioner Adam Morrow.
Aye.
And Mayor Denise McGriff.
Aye.
Motion passes.
I'm just going to ask my quick question. So I know we've done several of these before. I guess my question is, what do we do when the community adjacent to this particular noise issue as a concern?
So tonight's request for the exemption from the construction activity timeframe is for the ODOT project.
Right.
ODOT has an established phone number and email for complaints related to
Okay, perfect.
noise.
That's all I need to know. Thank you so much. Because a lot of those people happen to be my neighbors and they call me. So I'm going to get the phone number so that I can say, you call this number, don't call me.
I thought your number was the number that was on there.
Yeah, it's the same number, exactly. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Anyway, so could we have a motion to approve item 7A?
So moved.
There's a second.
Second.
Okay.
Commissioner Scott Wilson.
Aye.
Commissioner Mike Mitchell.
Aye.
Commissioner Rocky Smith.
Aye.
Commissioner Adam Morrow.
Aye.
And Mayor Denise McGriff.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, we have one public hearing.
I missed your vote.
Pardon?
What was your vote on the last?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
I just said it real fast. So we have one public hearing tonight. It's the first reading of ordinance number 25-1014, vacating 142 square feet of the McLaughlin Promenade property located at 303rd Street.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Dana Webb, Public Works Director. Tonight, you're hearing the public hearing for the vacation along the Yates property along the McLaughlin Promenade. On November 5th, you approved the resolution initiating this vacation. So this is a step 2 in a 3-step process. I do not have a presentation. I believe you spoke about this property multiple times over the past few months. So
That address is not correct. They don't, that property's not at 303rd Street, the Yates's property. It's a High Street address, as I recall. That's why I thought it was something, when I looked at it, I thought it was something else. I thought, okay.
apologies, it looks like in the subject, we have, the address is referring to the address of McLaughlin Promenade, the area that's going to be vacated, not the affected property is at 515 High Street. Apologies for the confusion.
That's okay. I think we have discussed this ad nauseum. Can we have a motion, please?
Move to approve first reading of ordinance number 25-1014.
Second.
Do we need to open and close a public hearing?
Oh. Closed.
Did you want to open it?
Open it.
Open it, close it.
Well, did you have anybody to testify?
No, there's nobody here to talk about it. Is Vicky online? I don't think she's online, so please.
Ordinance number 25-1014, an ordinance vacating 142 square feet of unimproved right-of-way located at 303rd Street, McLaughlin Promenade property.
Can you correct that with the right address? It's 515 High, not 3rd Street.
We're dedicating it from the promenade.
We're
From the prom-
dedicating
and
it
the
from
promenade address is 3rd
to
Street?
High Street.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion and a second, and the reading by the attorney. Is there roll call, please?
Commissioner Scott Wilson?
Aye.
Commissioner Mike Mitchell?
Aye.
Commissioner Rocky Smith?
Aye.
Commissioner Adam Morrow?
Aye.
And Mayor Denise McGriff?
Aye.
Motion passes.
And thank you, Assistant City Manager Alex Raines, for moving this forward. One down and
Another one down.
another several hundred to go.
I don't think so.
I know, I'm just exaggerating. Okay, so tonight on our agenda, under general business, let's go ahead and take your item, Mr. Mitchell, and let's just bring this back up and have a discussion about it.
Yeah, I just want to bring forward the idea of asking staff to, and we certainly can use resolutions from other cities as a starting point, but a resolution relating to a lot of what Chief Davis said at our last meeting about our concerns and about how we behave and what we do and don't do based on Oregon sanctuary law.
I would agree. I know we've had a lot of requests to declare an emergency, but I have reviewed the ORS that deals with that, and we're not there. So I really don't think that we're at that particular point, but we could look at possibly doing a resolution. Does anybody have any objection to us moving that forward?
No.
Oh. And I'm going to add one thing because they're still here in the audience. So some of you are maybe not aware, but there's going to be an evening of impact, which is a regional ally training that's going to be occurring in Beaverton, but it will also be live stream. And if you are interested in getting the registration link, please send me an email at my city email address, and I will send you the registration link. I will not share that. It is basically going to be, they're taking precautions to make sure that it is safe for people. So it is designed for allies who wish to know how to support neighbors affected by ICE detentions and immigration enforcement activities, and will be hosted in person in Beaverton and live stream at other viewing sites, but I will be happy to send you the live stream link. So my city email address is on the website. Please email me. I will send you that information. Do we have a motion to move that forward to create a resolution, have staff do that? Mike, would you like to make that motion?
Okay, do we need a motion or does staff have enough direction?
Make it official.
I think we have enough direction, I believe.
You have enough direction. I feel more comfortable with a motion that shows our intent.
Okay, so I'll move to commission to direct staff to bring us a draft resolution on the topic that we discussed.
Second.
Commissioner Scott Wilson. Aye. Commissioner Mike Mitchell.
Aye.
Commissioner Rocky Smith.
Aye.
Commissioner Adam Marl.
Aye.
And Mayor Denise McGriff.
Aye.
Motion passes.
I'm going to go to item B because I think it'll be pretty quick. It's the second reading of ordinance 25-1016, an ordinance of the City of Oregon City amending Oregon City Municipal Code, creating section 9.36 civil exclusion zone applicable within this downtown core area, establishing procedures and penalties. Is there anything we need to add to this, Chief Davis, sir?
Mayor Commission, it was read with the amended verbiage change. Staff made that change, and it is present in Exhibit A.
Okay, let's have a motion, please.
Move to approve second reading of ordinance 25-1016.
Second.
Okay, it's been seconded by everybody.
Ordinance number 25-1016, an ordinance of the City of Oregon City amending the Oregon City Municipal Code, creating section 9.36 civil exclusion zone applicable within the downtown core area, establishing procedures and penalties.
Commissioner Scott Wilson.
Aye.
Commissioner Mike Mitchell.
Aye.
Commissioner Rocky Smith.
Aye.
Commissioner Adam Marl.
Aye.
And Mayor Denise McGriff.
Aye. And
Motion
let the
passes.
record know that it was unanimous. All right, back up to the top on item A. So we have you all received in your packet a number of applications for Planning Commission and Historic Review Board and the Urban Renewal Commission. And we need to decide whether we want to interview some, all, or none. I'd like to start with, let's take the easiest one first. Can we do that? Can we recommend appointment to the Urban Renewal Commission as a city commission? Or we have to take that up as the Urban Renewal Commission?
To the city commission.
Okay. So let's take the Urban Renewal Commission. We have a current member who has asked to be reappointed. And there's another person that also applied, and I guess it's kind of a no-brainer for me. I'd like to recommend that we move forward with that, but what is your pleasure?
Well, I thought we were here to decide on interviews,
Right.
not to make appointments.
Well, do we want to interview this person that's reapplied?
No.
Okay.
We might want to, we might
Right,
not want
okay.
to,
Well,
but we haven't had that discussion.
Okay, do we want to-
We're not
do we
ready
want
to
to-
move to an appointment.
Do we want to conduct an interview with current Urban Renewal Commissioner Doug Neely, who's asked for reappointment?
I would be in favor of that, and I would also be in favor of interviewing the incumbent HRB members as well, as they're the only ones who applied.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I'm not really interested in interviewing them. If we move them forward, I'd just rather we just appoint them. We interviewed Julia recently. She is doing an unexpired term, and we just recently interviewed her. The other candidate is not eligible, so we can either interview them or, I just think, we kind of already know who we've got there. We can basically move them forward and make a motion whenever we're legally allowed to appoint them or reappoint them. I think both of their applications were very complete, and thoughts?
So there's no new applications. They're already.
The two people that applied for
Are already
HRB
on.
are already on the board, and they're asking for reappointment. Julie, as I said, Julia's taking an unexpired term because Sabrina Ferry had to resign because she moved. And Robert Green is currently serving.
How long do we set aside for each interview?
How long would we set aside?
How long
We usually do a half an hour, so that allows about 20, 25 minutes for questions, responses, discussion. It gets pretty tight, but
We
we
make it
usually do
shorter.
them on half an hours.
Oh.
I would be fine reappointing them on the night whenever we make the rest of the appointments for a final vote. I don't necessarily feel the need to re-interview, but for the sake of process, I would prefer not to do that vote tonight and do them all together
I agree.
when we make our final decisions for a planning
Save us
commission.
some time. Is that a consensus
Yeah,
that
that's
the night?
fine.
Yeah. So we've got that for HRB and for urban renewal. So now our discussion will be on who we want to possibly interview who have applied for planning commission or not.
One
Any
thing,
thoughts?
so may I?
Please.
On the application itself, it looked as though the way that we do this is that you rank the committees or boards or commissions that you would like to do. Is that what it is?
It's a feature that I would like to turn off.
Okay.
I would love that. That
Because I think
makes
that
no
would be,
sense.
because when I was going through the applications and I saw the rankings there, I didn't think that made much sense for
It's a
forcing people
feature.
to.
It's a feature that I cannot turn off. So if somebody lists more than one, they automatically rank in some way. There's no way.
It just does it automatically.
Right.
Okay, because, for example, for one of them, it talked about how she's applying for planning commission, but then she said, I am
want
so
to-
excited for the library.
Library board, exactly.
So I just, I think that would be another step in just trying to make sure that we're asking people what they actually want to do rather than forcing
Yeah.
them
And my
to-
library board interviews are next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also personally would prefer that rather than having one application for 3 or 4 different things, that there be a separate application for each one, because my concern is that people do not answer the question, explain your interest, etc. It does not come out. And when it ranks them like that, it's just completely confusing. Otherwise, the form is fine, other than that ranking, and then, so if you're applying for the Planning Commission, and you're also applying for the Transportation Department, you should be submitting 2 different statements about what it is you want to do, rather than lumping it all together. It doesn't, it doesn't help us. And it didn't apply to us particularly as the commission, but in some of the other appointments that I did the year before and last year, people applied for everything. And the committees that were reviewing these applications had a really hard time understanding what it is the person wanted to do. And, they said, well, you've applied for all these things. Well, I figured if I didn't get any, so it was just very confusing for not only for the committees that were reviewing these things, but it was confusing for me as well.
So if we're going to reappoint the 3 individuals, there are 5 other people that applied in total.
Yes, I said, let's go to talk about the ones that have applied for Planning Commission.
Well, you just threw a wrench right into what I was going to suggest.
Okay, I'm wrenching.
Well, what I was going to suggest, that left 5 individuals. The one, Rachel Panzik, made it clear that what she really wanted was the library board.
Right.
So I don't feel a need to interview her, but I don't have a problem with interviewing the other 4.
I would agree. Only with the Rachel part. So right now, is that okay?
1, 2.
Okay, so we're going to not interview Rachel for the Planning Commission, because obviously it's apparent by her application that she really wants to be interviewed for the library board position. I have not seen the applications yet for library board. I'll be sitting in with them next week, and I don't know if she's in there. Any other thoughts about the others before I jump in?
I'm fine interviewing the remaining 4, considering we're moving forward for the other ones, so.
Wilson?
Yeah.
Rocky?
I concur.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I'll be the odd person out. I'm not comfortable with what we received. And unfortunately, it has to do with the fact that I have been on the Planning Commission, and I didn't see anything in the applications that indicate to me that they have any understanding about what the Planning Commission, not necessarily what it does, but why are they wanting to apply for the Planning Commission. And I don't think that, I'd say probably of all of the boards and commissions, this is one that definitely concerns me. And I know we're doing a little less work, but it's still very technical. And obviously you will know what's coming down the pike because you have prior knowledge, and it's complicated. It shouldn't be complicated, but it has gotten more complicated over the years. And it's even, for me, who thinks they used to know stuff about this, it's even complicated for me. And I just feel that this board is just really, really important. And I just have some concerns.
I don't take issue necessarily with conducting the interviews, because at the end of the day, we don't have to appoint any of the interviewees.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yep. Yeah, I would agree with that. And if we have to reopen based on not finding who we
always
want in the
have that
interviews,
option.
we can do it after the interviews.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so you have the majority, they want to interview those other 4 folks. So
we'll
we are,
interview
pardon?
4 planning commissioners plus the 2 HRB and the URC.
Well, we're not going to interview the HRB.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood.
We're going to appoint them,
Okay, so
Or
we're
the
just gonna-
URC.
or the URC, we're going to
Okay, so we're
appoint.
just going to bring the 2 HRB and the 1 URC back for appointment.
Yes, but we're going to interview
Interview
the other 4. Yes.
And then do you want us to bring all that as one package, or do you want us to put the appointment of the HRB and
Separate.
URC at our next meeting?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll separate that, we'll do the interviews for the
Yes.
4 PC and see where that shakes out.
Yeah, I think it's appropriate that we separate it out since we're not really going to conduct an in-depth interview. We kind of did already for them in the past.
Yeah. And I guess, are you okay with the times that we've identified, or you want more, you want less?
If you can shorten it up a little, I think, half an hour is 15 minutes for the interview and
So
time
do
for us
them
to discuss.
like 20 minutes, like 15 minutes, so kind of try to get 3 per hour. Okay.
Or at least 2.5, depending on how many questions we have. We'll split the baby, I guess, as they're saying. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Item C. I think that is our illustrious Human Resources Manager, Sir. Municipal Court Judge Merit Pay for Performance item. And again, thank you in advance for all of your work on this, Patrick. We know you've been shorthanded, and so are you going to introduce it? Don't make Amy come up there all by herself.
So I might rely on Mr. Foyles here.
Well,
I think I would rely on him.
Originally, the judge presented this request, and so I'm not sure how my name ended up on it, but so I'll have her introduce it and make the request.
Human Resources Director.
I am the Human Resources Director. But with this process, since we weren't, I wasn't given any direction, we decided it made a lot of sense for the charter officers to make a request and open this discussion. So I'm going to let that happen.
Thank you very much. You did a great job.
Well, I had submitted the staff report requesting the, forget what you call it now, merit. Thank you.
Get that over so that you're actually speaking into the mic.
Okay.
There you go.
This is a weird position to be in usually.
I know, you're usually up here. That's
I'm
right.
there.
And I have the gavel.
I don't really like it.
I have the gavel, Judge Lindgren.
But I also do notice how low you are.
And we have our chairs up as high as possible,
Yes.
believe me.
But I will say, I have a pillow that I sit on.
I'm sitting on one.
You are, yeah.
Yes.
If you ever need one, you can go over to my office and borrow mine.
We need 4 more pillows.
You
Yeah,
need
I hate it when we look like talking heads. I've looked at us and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Yeah,
it's horrible.
It is bad. Anyway, so yes, I had asked for the merit increase for the year. And in light of the work that I feel like I've led with the municipal court, namely being a court of record, becoming that and guiding the court staff through that, and then implementing and working with the county commission on the grant, the $2 million grant for the Caring Court. So we've made huge progress with the court this last year. And so I think the specifics of the request are in the paperwork. I think it was 5% one-time payment. So since this is the first time I've done this, since this procedure is new, I don't know if there's something else I should be saying. Mr. Gunn.
This is the first time we've done this as well, so we
And I
don't.
just want to acknowledge,
And I'll just have
I'm
one.
sure the awkwardness of talking about your compensation in an open meeting like
Yes,
this.
yeah, it's awkward.
We definitely acknowledge that. We could talk about our pay, but that's.
One point of clarification, the employment agreement has kind of 2 components to salary and compensation. There's the base salary, and it offers an opportunity for a one-time merit payment, almost like a bonus. And so I believe that's what you were asking for.
Yes.
Not an increase to the base salary,
Yes.
but a one-time 5% calculated off the annual salary.
And I have not requested this is the second year I have not requested an increase in my base salary. So I'm only asking for the one time.
Just jump in.
Okay, well, thank you, Judge, for being here. And again, want to echo what Commissioner Wilson just said. But recognizing that I wasn't present at the last meeting where the evaluation went over, and I think something that I say usually when we're going through this every year is that it's difficult for me trying to make an evaluation because the day-to-day operations, while I know they're going smoothly, it's not a part of my day-to-day. And so it's difficult to make those evaluations. However, it is abundantly clear with the large changes that you're making to our municipal court system in the positive direction, that a lot of great work is being done. And so I think that your ask is totally fair, and I would be in support of it.
Thank you.
Let's see, you weren't there.
Yes, I was.
You were there with me but you weren't there, right? Oh, you were there, okay, so you were just you, okay. Scott, would you like to add anything?
I would just like to echo what Commissioner Morrow said. I think you've done some fantastic things for the city. I'm particularly excited about the work you've done with community court. I think this is a reasonable request, and I would support it.
Thank you.
And I do as well.
Mr. Mitchell?
Well deserved, I do too.
Thank you.
All right.
And I will echo that as well. I have had an opportunity to observe Judge Lindgren in court. I made a point of coming up a couple of times and sneaking in the back because I didn't want her to see me there. I felt from my observations that if I was going to court, I think I would want to be in front of you. It was not intimidating. You made people feel like they were going to be heard, and they were heard. Now, they didn't always agree with what you had to say, but that's because more than likely they, something was going on with them. But I felt that you were very fair to anybody that I have observed coming before you in the court. You take every opportunity to give them a wide latitude to talk about the who, what, where, and why. And I think that's important because I found that just in this work that we do, people want the opportunity to be heard. We don't necessarily have to agree with them, but you need to be present, and you're always very present when you are in court. You are focused on that person, you're making eye contact, and like I said, if I should find myself in front of you at municipal court, which I hope not to, I would hope that you are the person that would be there. And I think it was reflective in the evaluation that I personally gave you, and I would support us passing a motion as per your request. So is there a motion?
I will move to approve item 9C, municipal court judge merit pay for performance.
Second.
Commissioner Scott Wilson?
Aye.
Commissioner Mike Mitchell?
Aye.
Commissioner Rocky Smith?
Aye.
Commissioner Adam Marl?
Aye.
And Mayor Denise McGriff?
Aye.
Motion
It almost
passes.
sounded like you said Commissioner McMitchell.
Sorry.
That's okay. That could, it could be his new alias. All right, so is there any communications, Mr. Conkle, sir?
Thank you.
I have nothing else. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't even say your new name. I apologize. Ms. Troutman, anything? I got to get used to it. Commissioners, we'll go down the line. Mr. Wilson.
Nothing at this time.
Tree lighting Saturday, 4:30, I think, to 7.
I was told
with
to be there
Santa
at 5.
Claus around 5:30-ish, or 5, or somewhere around there. We never, 5-ish.
5.
Okay.
Is Santa coming down on the fire truck again, or he's coming in a vehicle-powered? Fire truck, okay. So it depends on what's going on with the fire department, yes. 5 o'clock, be
It's a
there,
little
be square.
flexible. Yeah.
Adam?
Yes, I've talked a little bit about the signature gathering petition for the transportation funding bill. And you may have seen in the news that I think about a week or so after they began collecting signatures because the governor finally signed the bill, they submitted over 2 times, I think, the amount of signatures that they are required. And of course, those still need to be verified. So there may still be more signatures that need to be gathered, but it definitely looks like this will be heading to the ballot. So I just wanted to make everyone aware of that.
Oh, joy.
Nothing.
Just a couple of things. So as I mentioned earlier, the Willamette Falls Locks Authority had a partners meeting this afternoon. People all the way from Wilsonville to Lake Oswego area, Port of Portland, Metro, gosh, who else was there? Anyway, the room was full, and they gave an overview of where we are to date. As you can well imagine, with the change of administration and the number of resignations, retirements at the Corps of Engineers, things have been slowed much more than we anticipated. And then we had 42 days of the shutdown, but the LOX staff is persevering with the Corps to try to get an access agreement so that the work on the Gudgeon Arms can continue. There is still a push to work with the state legislature, particularly Senator Rob Wagner, to get this back on the docket so that the funds that are being requested can be asked for again. So that happened this afternoon. As I mentioned earlier, I was able to do some presentations on COIN Monday morning, talking about our fabulous contest that we had for the pool and the fabulous logo that was selected, and then the birthday party on January, is it 24th? If I recall, is that the correct date that we're going to have with regard to the pool? Talked about if the Youth Advisory Commission's If I Were Mayor contest, and the fact that we've had 2 previous winners in both of our times out doing this, and we look forward to a bumper crop of applications coming in. And I mentioned our friends at Candy Lane, which have submitted a plethora of applications, which has been really great. They do the poster contest. And then I also talked about our North Gateway project, and that the RFP is out on the street, and we look forward to receiving some comments and proposals back from the development community, and how we are looking forward to partnering with someone to reinvest that property and put it back on the tax rolls. And then last but not least, I talked about December the 6th, which is Mr. Smith just stated, our tree lighting. The tree is up, it's not lit, but it looks absolutely gorgeous, and all the decorations. And thank you again to our public works staff for all that they do to make this happen. They cleaned all the light fixtures and got the decorations up, and so everything looks very spick and span. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the well-lit trees project that the Downtown Association is working on. And if you are downtown, the block between 10th and 9th on Main is already lit, and this is what it's going to look like all the way through. So keep those dollars coming in to help make the match to get this project off the ground so we can get all the way down the rest of downtown. And that's all I have. And there's being no further business, we are going to adjourn into an executive session. It's 7:55.